We're excited to kick off New Zealand's very first barbecue series, sponsored by Culley's, Mitre 10 and Jack Daniels, and they're spearheading a home for everything barbecue. Through the series, you're going to see profiles of New Zealand chefs and pitmasters, and they're going to be giving you the recipes and tricks you need to be able to do this at home. So sign up for recipes, new episodes, and all those tricks from New Zealand chefs, barbecue masters, and even there's prizes to be won for your favourite barbecue products. This week's episode, we're kicking off with a name you're sure to know, Wayne James Dil, and he's from Team BBQ War. Wayne and his team have represented New Zealand in the American Royal and the Jack Daniels Invitational, two of the biggest barbecue competitions in the world. In 2019, he was crowned New Zealand's Barbecue Alliance Grand Champion, so I'm sure he knows his stuff. Today he'll be teaching us some of his tips and tricks on 3 different Charmate barbecues, so let's take a look.
G'day guys, this is Wayne from Team BBQ War. I've been competing in barbecue for the last 5 years, and today I'm going to be showing you 4 different cuts of meat. The first one we'll be using the Spetasol, great little unit, battery operated. We'll be using this on the Getaway, the Charmate Getaway there. Great little unit there, around about the $300. Nice little extension. You can do, like we're doing today, a pork belly. You can also do steaks, searing, you can put a pot on there, you can do just about anything on that unit. So for $300, a roundabouts, great unit. We'll also be using the Charmate Corona here, and we'll be doing lollipop chicken, and we'll be showing you how to trim the chicken. We'll also be showing you how to use my great little unit that I've made here for hanging 12 lollipops. Makes it real easy to do. And we'll also be doing our offset plate, and we'll be doing squares of salmon, low and slow. We're back. What we're going to do here is we're going to demonstrate how to turn that chicken there looking like that. It's called lollipop chicken. It's fairly difficult if you haven't done it before, so you need to grab yourself a decent knife, hold the end of the drum like that so it puts a little bit of pressure on the skin through the middle. You need to rotate round like that, being careful you don't cut yourself. Go round like that. Use your fingers like that. Pull it away. You'll see that the knuckle pivots like that, like a knee joint. Have it like that. Get the sharp piece around the back. So it's like that. Just slide it under there and you'll feel it hit the cartilage. Big secret here, paper towels, because it's quite slippery. Grab a paper towel, go like that, bone's dead clean, both cartilages came off in one go. Pull the chicken down, so it's like that. There you have it. Now, you don't have to do this for home, but in competition barbecue, what we do is we cut little squares of foil like that. You simply put it down to the bottom, and just rotate the leg round like this. And the reasons we do that, it keeps the bones nice and white. And then you just simply hang it in my chicken rack like that. So I'll do another one. You start off with the chicken like that. Grab the bottom of the drum. Just put a little bit of pressure on it so it makes the skin nice and tight there. Go around with a knife. Just being careful with that knife. Separate it like that again. You'll see the little joint I was talking about. You don't go the back side, you always have to go to the front side of the joint. Get the sharp point on the knife. Go against the bone. Go like that, you'll feel it let go. Grab a handy towel. Nice and clean again. Makes it look easy. When you first do this, you probably struggle a little bit until you get used to it. But the secret is the bone was pivoting this way, so you always come in from the top side like that. So when you grab your handy towel and pop it off like that, it comes off nice and clean. It doesn't leave the second bit of cartilage on. I'll actually quickly show you what I mean by that second bit of cartilage. I'll do another one. A lot of people will do this and then they wonder how you get the second piece off. I'll just take this off so I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. That's the piece I'm talking about there. So you'll notice that's still got the cartilage on it. So make it nice and clear, you get the sharp bit of the knife. All you do is you just have to nick it and then it wants to let go. Grab your towel. Now it comes off super easy. And what that looks like is that little joint there. So now it makes it super clean. Pull it down. Same again. Little square of foil that you've pre-cut. Go around. Fold it up nice and tight. Pull it into shape like that. I go round, this can hold 12, so I go around till they're all done like that, and then I grab a rub of my choice. Today we're going to be using Culley's smoky chicken, so I'll show you how to shake these, rub them all nicely, hang them back in there, and then we're going to pop them on the Charmate Corona. So today we're using the Culley's smoky chicken rub. Really nice rub. So first of all, pop the seal off, get yourself ready like that. Pull each drum off like this. Just kind of prepare it so it looks good like that. And then grab your rub. Starting at the top. Don't worry about it. It looks like we're wasting a lot of rub here. We're not, because we can pick that rub back up to do the rest. So make sure you got a really nice coating on there like that. And check that out. So we put that on there and just continue the process. Get the shape looking good. Now you can sit it on there just to pick up a bit of that extra rub. Put on the foil. Shake it nice like that. Get a nice even coating. Makes for a really good presentation in the end. Get the excess off, you can just tap the bone with a knife like that. And then you get a really nice smooth looking lollipop. Let's do one more. Shake it on there like that. The stuff that's going on the tinfoil, you don't have to waste that. You can get a teaspoon. What I normally do is do it over a little bowl, so you can collect it and then use a teaspoon and then just keep putting it back over the next ones, because obviously I've done 3. We've got the rest of them to go. Get it into the middle like that, and then you can pick it up with a teaspoon and then continue on. Today we're going to be doing a piece of pork belly. We've got a little piece of pork belly here. Going to show you how to prepare this. The first thing I do is turn it so it's skin side up. Over the years I've always tried to get the ultimate knife for getting my pork belly skin prepared. I've found that one of these little serrated F-Dick or Victorinox seems to be the best. These type of knives are about $10. I go through through the skin surface, so just don't go down into the meat. About 12 mil apart. I do it both directions. It makes it easier for cutting when you go to cut it up after it's cooked. Plus you get better crackling and you can get the flavour of your rub into the meat better. So I do it that way there, like that, and then I turn it round and do the same again, but the opposite. So it becomes like little squares. And the more time you take, obviously the better consistency you can get with these little squares, just for presentation, like that. Then once that's done, I turn it upside down, so flesh side up. Grab a different type of knife, not a serrated knife, just a sharp knife. I put little score marks along the back, about 1 inch apart. Same, go square ways like this. So it's like that, just so you open the meat up a little bit so you can put your rub in. Today we're using Culley's exotic pork. So just do a light sprinkle on the back like that, just to get the rub into the meat evenly. So it looks like that. You don't want to put any rub on the skin at all. Once that's done like that, I turn it upside down. And today we're going to be using the Aspetasol battery powered spit. So first of all, you set this to the right distance, the unit you're going to put it onto. Today we're going to be using the Getaway. So I'll thread this on. Best way to do it is like I'm doing now, to sit it on the bench, push the skewer unit through. Seems to be the easiest way to do it. So it's like that. Push it down a little bit further. Once it's done like that, you can then go ahead and make sure, because you've knocked a bit of rub off, make sure you got that rub on there nice and even everywhere. Bit of a pat down. Then a secret is turn it up this way so it's skin side up, and get some white vinegar. And you want to get a brush or a paper towel, tip some white vinegar on the skin, like that. Give a little paint round so it goes into all the little cut marks you've already done like that. Then you want to grab yourself some salt, give it a decent coating on the top like that, knock off the excess. You've got it prepared, ready to go. Now that it's prepared, we're going to put it on the Getaway. So we've got to get the charcoal into here first, so we take off the riser and we will get the charcoal. We're just about to get the chimney going. We're using the BBQ War stainless steel chimney, using some of these little briquettes. First of all, put a few of those down there like that. Get a lighter, get those going. Set the unit on top. And wait probably 15 to 20 minutes until it's burning nice and clear. Once all that smoke goes, that smoke's actually, a lot of that's not from the charcoal, that's coming from the little firelighters have got kerosene in them to keep them burning. So you obviously don't want to put that on there while that's going like that. Once it's burning clear, then we'll tip it into the Corona. Now that the charcoal's going, it's nice, burning nice and clean and ready to go. We're going to take it over to the Getaway. But first of all, I'll just show you this little plate. This little plate can also be placed on here as well, like that. So you can take this charcoal chimney from BBQ War down to the beach. You can sear a steak on it, do a sausage. Makes it quite user-friendly. Being all stainless steel too, it doesn't rust. Anyway, so we'll take that off. We'll take this over. So now that you've got it all burning nice and clean like that, we're just going to pour some in. Don't want to put too much in, about 1/4 of a chimney, and I'll spread that out. Grab yourself a pair of tongs. So I find to spread it out. Put the riser on, grab your pork belly, Simply put it in like that, nice and simple. Turn it on. Might want to sometimes just adjust this a little bit so it's in the middle. Open the vents up to full. Finds best on these. Before we put the lid on, so today I'm going to use plum. Plum's really nice light wood. So we're going to put a little block of plum on one side, just for a bit of smoke. Maybe put 2 in, get a bit generous. Urban lumberjack, really good wood. They do a whole range of different woods as well. Plum's one of my favourite, or apple. And then pop the lid on, grab a beer. So the charcoal's up and going. We're going to bring it over to the Corona. Take the top rack out, and it's got 2 little charcoal baskets in here. So we're going to fill up these charcoal baskets. Just empty about 3/4 full's good. Put them hard against the side. Once you've got that all set up like that, grab a piece of tin foil. Got some of this ultimate tin foil, which will be available at Mitre 10s nationwide. 25 microns thick, 100 metres on a roll. Super strong. You want to make yourself a couple of little deflectors when you're doing lollipops. So you make yourself something like that out of tin foil. Place it in there like that. Make another one. Keeps it indirect so you don't burn your chicken legs that are hanging down that are too close to the charcoal. There you have it. 2 nice little tin foil deflectors. Grab your original grate. Pop your grate in. Grab yourself some urban lumberjack timber. Going with a bit of plum again. Get a couple little bits. That's all you need. It's more than enough. Grab yourself some tongs somewhere. It's all getting a bit warm. Sit one of those on that side. Sit one in there. And grab your lollipop chickens that you prepared earlier. Sit them in the middle. Put your lid on. And wait patiently. It's time to check the pork belly. So the first thing you need is some kind of digital probe. Today I've just got one of the digital Inkbirds, which is USB charge. Anyway, we'll go over and check it out, just to make sure the temperature's right. Lift off your lid. It's looking good. So you want to check the thinnest part and the thickest part. We'll go with the thin bit. The temperature I'm looking for is about 165 to 175. And we've got 175 in the thick end. It's gone a little bit hotter. It's gone 181 in the skinny end, but that's good to go really for me. So we'll bring it over to the chopping board. These make it nice and simple to get off. Slide it off. Just have another little probe again, just to check it. 165.
Is that Fahrenheit?
Yeah, that's Fahrenheit. Yeah, 165 Fahrenheit. That's good to go. Get yourself a decent knife. My favourite pork belly knife. Cut it like that. And these lines you made earlier make it really good for cutting up. And then you just can lay it out like that. Nice and juicy. Nice bit of crackling on the top. Smoky hickory from Culley's is what we're going to use today. Culley's do a range of these sauces from 1 to 10, 1 being the tamest, 10 being the hottest. They're all different ones, but I find number 2 is the best for pork belly. So the proof is in the pudding. Little dip on there, bit of crackling. That's real good. Juicy, tender, crackling. You see the different layers, how the fat's rendered down to the 3 layers of meat there. Good result. You know, for such a small barbecue, you can do the aspetasole on there, hot plate grilling, totally portable, real economical, cheap to run. Highly recommend it. So we've just pulled the chicken rack, BBQ War chicken rack off the Corona. We've brought it over here, and what we're going to do now is, well, first of all, the main thing is to just reassure yourself that chicken's very important that you get the temperature right. The temperature we're looking for in these drums at the best is about 185 Fahrenheit. So you want to pick on these the biggest chicken drumstick that you've got on there, and just get your probe and go down beside the bone, checking the temperature. We've got 171. Check a couple of them just to assure yourself. Go around, just make sure. Yep. So now that you know that's good, today we're using number 7 Culley's sauce, the Tropical Caribbean. Number 7 sounds like it's going to be hot, but so we'll tip some of this into a bowl. Like so. We'll pick on one of these drumsticks. Now we want to take the tin foil off. So you remove the tin foil. Make sure you get all the foil. You can see the bones nice and white there. You get your bowl. Just rotate the chicken drumstick lollipop around like that. till it's coated in the sauce. Give it a bit of a shake to get the excess off. Hang it back in the holder. The holder's quite a nice way too to, once you've finished it, you can take it out to your table so all your guests can see it all nicely hanging on the holder. Grab another one. Let's do the same thing again. Rotate it around in the sauce. Try not to get the sauce on the bones, then it makes the presentation look really nice. There you go. There's another one. We'll do one more. This one's a little bit smaller. Need a little bit more sauce. Just rotate it around like that. Tip the bowl over, helps you out a bit. Rotate it around like that. Shake off the excess. And there you have it, lollipop chicken. So we're about to get the Corona all fired up. We've put the charcoal on earlier in the BBQ War stainless steel chimney. So we're just going to bring this over. First of all, what I want to talk about is how to set this up. So first of all, we take out the top rack. We take out the two baskets. Makes it nice and simple. And then we put in the BBQ War plate. It simply goes in like that. And then just tip your charcoal in there carefully, not to drop any on your deck. So you get those in there like that. There you go. I want to give you a little tip too. When you're putting this offset BBQ War plate in, I highly recommend that whether you're doing it on your Corona Charmate here, that you make sure when you put the deflector in, you don't put the deflector facing the handle, because it will actually melt off the handle. So it's very important to make sure that you keep this part, the hot part, away from where the handle is. Nicely if you put it on the opposite side of the handle, just to look after your handle. Otherwise you'll come back and unfortunately the handle won't be there. Today we're going to be cooking some salmon in the offset BBQ War plate and the Corona. So first of all, I'm just going to prep this into squares. Get yourself a decent knife. I'd like to cut it up into nice little portions. Cut it up like that. There we have it. Fold yourself up a piece of foil like that for inside the Corona. Lift the lid off. Those coals are nice and hot. Place your piece of tin foil down there, or you can use like a foil tray as well. You could use that. Get yourself some spray on oil. Give it a nice spray on the bottom. Stops the salmon sticking. Turn your salmon upside down on your chopping board as well. And then hit it with the oil as well. And then skin side down. And then place those in there with a little gap between each other. These are nice pieces of salmon. Stick them in there like that. They should all fit in there nicely. Yeah, it's going to fit just perfect. Cooking away already. Today we're going to be using Culley's Championship rub. This goes quite nice on salmon. Just a nice light dusting over there. Don't want to take away too much of the flavour of the actual natural salmon. That looks good. And then pop your lid on. Grab a Corona at your local Mitre 10 store. And don't forget to add a little nice piece of wood from Urban Lumberjack. Beautifully dry, small little portions, absolutely perfect for using in your barbecue or your Corona. So I'm just going to place one nice there like that, and maybe another small one down the other end. That'll add a nice bit of smoke to go over the salmon. Put the lid back on. The other thing you want to do too is make sure that when you're cooking, you got the heat rising here, so you want to make sure the vent's on the opposite side, so the heat's got to come up, go over the food and then out. So it's time to check the salmon. Off with the lid of the Corona. You'll see the presentation's beautiful, that Culley's rub on top. We've got a little digital probe here. Just want to check it. The temperature we're looking for is around the 125. So we've got 136. So it's definitely done. Go to the thicker bits. Yep, definitely all done. Done. So we want to remove those out of there. And this offset plate, you'll see these charcoals, they go for hours. They're amazing. These little briquettes. This offset plate, you can do pork shoulder, you can do a brisket, you can do lamb shanks. That's really what its use is for. Big, low and slow pieces of meat. Does a fantastic job of that. You can put a water tray in there. You can put your meat on top of the water tray. You can do chicken legs. The good thing about it being indirect is the heat rises up. It goes around the lid, over and then out. So having it indirect, you're not going to burn anything, and it's great for presentation, especially on your fish, your chicken, all your different meats. Turns out amazing. So we'll just get those off. Just need a pair of tongs. You can see the skin has come up nice and crispy on the bottom. And you'll notice that the skin's not sticking to the tin foil because we sprayed it first. So there's three. I mean, look at the colour of that. Beautiful. So check that out. Little piece there. Oh, to die for. Nicely cooked. Skin really crispy. G'day guys, Wayne from Team BBQ War. Today we're going to be preparing 3 steaks, and we're going to be cooking them on the Charmate Getaway. So first of all, we're going to be using the beef pitmasters from Culley's. Find this to be really nice on steak. So we've selected 3 nice steaks. We've kind of got a bit of a shape going in, just push them together like that, gather them up a bit. Get the rub. Put a nice sprinkling on both sides, nice and even. Sprinkle it on there, pat it down a bit, make the rub stick a bit better. Flip them over. Continue the same on the other side. I like to let the rub sit for about 20 minutes before throwing them on the grill. So you've got a nice even amount like that. They look good. We've got the Charmate Getaway here. We're about to do our steaks. So first of all, you want to prepare it. You want to take out your grate. So just remove the grate for a minute. And then we've got the BBQ War plate. You want to place the plate in there once you put the charcoal in. First we'll grab the charcoal. Charcoal's nice and hot. Charcoal's in. So we're away. There's 3 steaks. Just leave the hot plate on there for about 5 minutes. Get it nice and hot before you place the steaks on. And on this unit, you can do anything from cooking steaks. You can cook eggs on there, sausages, all your different meats on this little plate. Makes this unit nice and compact, cheap to run. You want to get yourself some spray on oil as well. Put a bit of spray on oil on there. Give it a few more minutes to heat up, and then we're into it. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and the plate, you can see the plate's got up to temperature. You can see by the smoke coming off the oil. So we grab each steak, place it on, just kind of gather them together like that. So you'd get 5 steaks like this quite comfortably on this in one go. More than enough for a family down at the beach. The temperature we're looking for a medium rare steak is about 135 Fahrenheit. So we'll take a temperature reading. We normally leave it for about 3 minutes each side and then take a reading from there. And then there'll be a rest period where we rest it in good quality foil, which is available at Mitre 10, or the other option as well is a lot of people rest it in peach paper as well, which that'll also be available as well. So it's been 3 minutes and now we're just turning them over. You can see they've got a nice crust on top. That's what you're looking for. Give it another 3 minutes like that, and then we'll give it a probe and make sure that we're up to the 135, 140 for that medium rare. Okay, so we're back. It's been going roughly 3-4 minutes each side. So we're going for a check here. This one's done. On one of them, we're going to use peach paper. And the reason we're going to use peach paper is because it breathes. So if you're doing something like a brisket, or you're doing something with a lot of rub on it and you're trying to keep the bark, it's really nice to let it breathe while it's resting, or while you put it back in for like a slow joint of meat for it to cook. So we'll put one steak there, let it rest away for a few minutes. These are slightly bigger, so we'll just check these. Yep, good to go. $141. And you can actually add a little bit of garlic butter into your wrap while you're letting it rest. And then I just normally let that rest for 5 to 10 minutes like that, and then we'll show you it cut up. Okay, we've let the steak rest for about 5 minutes. So we've got the foil version, and then we've got the peach paper. We'll start with the peach paper. Put the steak down. So you can see a nice little slightly pink in the middle. The tinfoil version. This one was a little bit bigger, this steak. Lucky last. You can see a nice little red through the middle. There you go, like that. Tender, juicy, bang on. Okay, so there you have it. We've done 4 different ways of cooking on 2 different barbecues. And we've used the Culley's range of sauces and rubs. We've got the salmon, we've got the steak, the lollipop chicken, and we've got the pork belly. It's all come out pretty amazing. You can find any of these great barbecues at your local Mitre 10 nationwide. Any of the Culley's range you can find online as well, or at your local Mitre 10 store. And enjoy. And to find any of the great BBQ War products we've been using today, you can find those at any Mitre 10 nationwide. Cheers.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Culley's Barbecue Series. Thanks again to all our awesome sponsors, Mitre 10 and Jack Daniels, for helping make this happen. Don't forget to subscribe so you can win prizes, including some of the best cooking tools, gadgets, barbecues, accessories, meat and sauce packs, and loads more stuff. Visit culleys.co.nz/barbecue series for more details, and I'll catch you next week.